then you have to think, right, what content will make people feel authentic when they come to my page? Is it just kind of random musings from Ate? Is it, Ate's word of the day or Ate's quote of the day or whatever it is? If it's inspiring or inspired, then what kind of content will help you? And then you start to almost divide your content based on the results that you want people to feel and think. And that's when you start to then generate content ideas because you know how you want people to feel. And that's something that I think could help you with your page. So if you know how you want people to feel, then start to think about the content and write it down. Write down how you want people to feel. And then literally as like write down the words, write down the type of content that will help people feel these things. And then you can start to kind of go from there. And it's just a nice way to help kind of give variety to your channel, but also make it quite focused as well.
Thank you so much. That was so helpful because that's a fact. I haven't been thinking about how people feel. I just think about how I feel. Like, honestly, from that perspective, it's really, really good. I took so many notes. Thank you.
Yeah, I think often the one thing that I think Instagram, I went to an Instagram talk, and one thing that the guy said that people often forget is that when you have a public profile, your page isn't for you. As much as you think it's for you, it's not for you. Okay? If you want it to be for you, then it's private. It's private. People, the people that you invite to see it, it's invite only. And it's a private page. So if it's a private page and you want to just dump pictures of your children, that's fine. But if it's a public page, yes, it's about you, but it's not for you. So that's why you have to think, what do I want people to feel or think when they come to my page? It is you, but it's not for you. So just remember that. Instagram is not for you. So yeah.
That's so good. Thank you so much for sharing, Nana. That makes a lot of sense because I feel like sometimes we get so like worked up, especially Instagram. Like that's why I just took a break because you just get so worked up with like people's messages, people's opinions, and like the back and forth when we have to remember that the page isn't about how we are perceiving ourselves on the page, I guess. It's about how we want to help other people. So if one person judges you for twerking on your page, it's like, okay, well, the page is not for you specifically. It's for the queens that I know are going to feel more confident and feel like they can also be a Black woman and twerk, or a thicker woman and twerk, or a Spanish speaking woman and twerk because of looking at my page. So yeah, it's a good way to think about it. Okay. Jen? Did you want to go? I'm going to spotlight you. Take the stage, honey.
Hello, ladies. So I actually joined a bit late because I was coming from work, but I'm guessing the question was what was the question? I can gauge.
Yeah, what's your objective for being on social media? Like, what's your goal?
Well, I think it's
Nana, I can't with Nana's comment right now. What is this Inception angle? Why are you going to the side?
I'm just like, why is Jen trying to be Leo?
Oh,
like, what's going on? What's this Inception angle? Thank you,
sorry,
Jen.
guys. I thought it would kind of automatically. Okay, sorry, guys. I'm on my phone at the minute. It's very chaotic, but yeah. So I think I would say inspire and empower. But I definitely feel like I need to bring myself more onto social media because I don't feel like I don't have a presence. So it's something that I need to work on because I feel like it doesn't reflect the vibes of the class. So I definitely want to inspire. I definitely want to kind of portray how the classes can make you feel confident and just kind of growing as a person, I guess, but definitely more so with like female empowerment as well. If that answers the question.
Beautiful. Thank you so. Oh, hello. Hey, we
Thanks,
have a little guest. We have a little guest behind you.
Oh, it's my little nephew.
Oh,
hi.
So cute. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. That's perfect. I just feel as though a lot of us. Thanks, Jen. Let me replace Spotlight. I feel like looking at the notes here of what everyone said, I feel like a lot of us have said very similar things, but in different ways. Like we all kind of have this pain point of feeling as though our pages, well, a lot of us feel like our pages are very like just focused on like twerk or focused on one thing, whereas we really want to expand our horizons. And all of us seem to want to help people. We want to be able to inspire them and show more about the way that we live and to live a life without fear and without judgment. So if that's something that we all want, what I'm trying to do is bridge the gap between how we can show that or showcase who you are authentically, but also bring it to the Twerk After Work page. So you don't feel as though, okay, I'm only going to get accepted collab if I put something that is Twerk After Work or twerk specifically related. Because if you're telling a story about how, you know, you used to feel very shy, you weren't very confident as a kid, but now like as a woman, you feel much more confident. Now you do motivational speaking and things like that. That can still be shared on the Twerk After Work page. You shouldn't feel like you have to make it specifically twerk related, because we also want to showcase the fact that we are a diverse family and we are a diverse community that uplifts the voices, uplifts the booties and the confidence of like people all over the world through storytelling. I would love for us to be like really epic storytellers and grow into epic storytellers. It's not something that we are going to get right away in one call. That's why I've scheduled in like monthly calls. We have this one, the next one scheduled in, and then I'll schedule in more as we understand more about what we need. Because I do believe we'll need specific workshops. We'll need specific workshops in order to help us to become more confident in storytelling, because that's ultimately, when you're a great storyteller, it doesn't matter if you're selling a shoe, it doesn't matter if you're selling an eyebrow hair, if you're selling fart in a jar, you're going to be able to sell it just because of the story that is behind it. And that's why you see a lot of videos going viral on TikTok, is because the stories are just absolutely ridiculous and hilarious. So that's really what I want for us, but I don't expect us to get this all in one call. I just kind of wanted to understand a little bit more about where everyone was and how we can use our voices, I guess, more. Now, in regards to bringing this together with, in regards to bringing this together with Twerk After Work, first of all, I want to understand is on a level from 1 to 10, how committed do you find yourself this year within the next 12 months to content creation and up leveling your brand in 2023 to 2024? So if you just put in the chat, 10 is like, I'm ready to go. I want to do full-time content creation. I'm ready to take it seriously. 1 is like, I'm not that serious, but I'm happy to help if anyone needs anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Overall, in general, not in relation to Twerk After Work, just in general, your level of like content creation and where you want to see yourself. Need to create new routines. Yeah, I'm tired. Nana, Nana didn't give a number. Nana's number was, I'm tired, man. And Nana, looking at your life and the way that you make content, I'd be tired too. I'd actually be exhausted. And Nana, to be honest, the first 0. And to be honest, guys, if I want to say the whole truth, Nana, for a very long time last year, Nana was carrying us with content with Twerk After Work. Nana was carrying the whole page, and it was very, very clear. So can we all just have a moment for Nana, please? A round of a thank you, Nana, because when we were not giving, Nana was giving. So if you want to retire, Nana, don't worry, we'll pull up the videos from 2021, 2022. We'll keep pulling them up, because you really you gave us what we needed. So thank you, Nana. We appreciate and we love you. So understand that you're tired. No, seriously, she's that girl when it comes to content. Like, so don't worry if you're tired. She said she's tired, man. Okay, so we have 8, we have 2. Jillian, I know that you support, so no judgment for your level 2. Like, it's about supporting. You can share and things like that. Okay, 8. Okay, wonderful. So we have a few of us who are down to go. So what I'm thinking is, how can we now tie together what you want and also bringing it together with Twerk After Work to make sure that the values are aligning, and we can then make sure that everyone's brand is growing like coherently through, I guess, Twerk After Work, but also through your own goals that you have. So usually what I would do personally for my next step in doing my own content and my objectives, what I do is I go deeper and put together like one or two pillars. So for the past year or so, my two pillars have been dance and wellness. Wellness, which includes mental health, which includes I don't know, things like relationships, dating, like whatever makes you feel well, gut health, food. Those are my two type of pillars. I was more focused on the dance side because of everything that was going on with Nike. But this year I do want to tap back into that wellness side of things. So I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to think of two pillars of where, obviously, one of them is going to be dance. If you're giving yourself eights and tens, realistically, one of them is going to be dance because, like you said, you want to make money, you want to sell the classes. But so think about what is that other pillar that you want to focus on aside from like the dance, the burlesque, the sensual energy. What's the other pillar? Obviously, if you're not go hung with making content, then you don't really need to answer. But I just want to hear from the queens who are giving us like 7, 8s, and 10s. Go ahead, Jaywa.
I think so. Thinking about mine, I've said I want to inspire people to live a life without fear of judgment. I think I'm going to start focusing on doing some how-tos around the things that I know that a lot of people who come to my class have said that they feel shy about outside of just dancing. Like I've had in the past where I've posted stuff and people have been like, oh, did you really like take your tripod and take pictures in public? And I'm like, yeah. Or how do you get people to how do you ask for help? How do you ask people to take pictures of you in public? How to, like, just different how-tos, how to write emails like a man, those type of things, how to ask for promotion, those type of things. So I think I'm going to create some more content around those and around certain things that have worked for me in the past, and things that people tend to ask me for help about. Because I guess if they're asking me these things like before and after classes and stuff, it's things that they already think that I can help them with. So maybe I can share more of that, and make that more visible as part of my personal brand online.
I love that. And what does that mean as a pillar? How could you summarize that as a pillar?
Like just judgment-free living or living your best life.
Living your best life.
Or
I feel
like
like there's something
max
more.
potential. It's more about like unlocking that
Yeah.
potential. Because most people already kind of have it in them, but they might just be like they might want to be a content creator. They might want to take cute pictures when they go out, but they're like, oh, I'm going by myself. I don't know when to take a picture. Or, oh, I can't take pictures in public, or I feel breaking out. That's a good one. Or yeah, people feel shy to like be that person who's trying to create content or start a YouTube channel or whatever it might be.
Yes.
Thanks, Jen.
You have
Bless you.
yeah, and he's very young. It's the youth. We want to capture the youth's hearts. So there we go with living your best life. Yeah, I like that. And Nana said Shy Girl's Guide to like, so yeah, about like stepping out, breaking out, feeling more confident. And like realistically, that's why a lot of people come to twerk after work. Like they don't, when you really deep it, a lot of people don't come to twerk after work to really like learn to twerk. Like a lot of people have been coming to classes for years and the back is still stiff, but they just come to like feel like they just come to just like feel better about themselves. Like I'm not calling out any names, but they've been coming, still not moving, but they just want to feel good. Like they just want to feel more confident. Like it's coming out of their comfort zone. Like, you know, they might be dating more now that they feel like more confident in themselves. So yeah, I love that. It's very, 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 very good. Anyone else have any other ones, like a second pillar that they can see themselves like aligning like with, but also running parallel to the twerk part? Let's go, Daisy.
Yeah, my pillars are dance, which is obviously like twerking, burlesque, and like dancing to connect your body, and pleasure. So mine is like really bringing my sexuality coaching, all about like education around pleasure, orgasm, everything. So yeah, those are
Oh, I love that. The pleasure one has my thingies tingling right now. My fanny's fluttering. Yeah, really looking forward to hear more about that. And those actually tie together really nicely because I'm assuming that when you like start to stimulate like the area of your body, like wine in your body and stuff, I assume that it does make you feel a little bit more like something, no? I'm
Yeah.
assuming. I don't know, but you're the sex coach, so you tell me. But I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like to link them together. Like, it is linked when we're like moving our pelvis. It is helping all of the kind of sexual stuff, connection to your body, pelvis flexibility, all of that. So yeah, definitely.
Beautiful. And I think even taking it, like, I feel like a lot of us, when we're doing our content, we forget that the people who are watching our content are literally like super, super, super like beginner in a sense where they might not even know that they need what we're teaching them. So we kind of even have to explain, like, starting from the very beginning, like, what even is pleasure? Like, how should you be like feeling? Things like that. So just making things really, really simple and breaking it down, I think would be a nice way for us to start. So this meeting is just to do all of the like logistic things to plant the seed in our head. And then the next call that we have, I think we can all go through and start actually writing titles for videos. Because I've started to do that with my YouTube channel. And I find like it helps me a lot more. So even if I'm like cooking and I get inspired, like, oh, someone just texted me like about how to da 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 da, I'll just write that down as a quick video idea. And then later when I'm brainstorming, I'll go through and see which ones are viable or not. So we'll give ourselves like the next 4 weeks to really like think about it and start planting some seeds and go from there.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, and thank you for the kind words.
We have Jen. You said you're about 7 or 8 out of 10, right?
Yeah. So obviously me, it's going to be obviously the dancing, but I also kind of want to focus on, I guess, confidence building and growth, because when I first started coming to twerk after work classes, obviously I was like really introverted and shy, and I feel like when I was going, I was obviously also coming out of a toxic relationship, and it just helped me to kind of really be more confident and more fall in love with myself more. And I kind of want to focus on that and how you can leave a toxic relationship and go on that journey of like self-love, and like also tie in a bit of education on like codependency, because I think it's very common and I think more people are starting to speak about it, and kind of want to factor that into the content, create content around that as well, because I think the two link when it comes to like self-love and like dancing. So as well.
Nice. I like that a lot. And I did want to say, even like your presence and your aura from when you hopped in the call like late, and I was just like, oh my gosh, is that like Jen? Like you just so much more like confident. Like there's just like it seems like you've had some type of shift or something. Like even like the way you're speaking, like the throat chakra, like you're speaking with more, because before you were like but now it's like even like when you're talking, it's like I don't have to turn up the volume, like I can hear you. Like, so I'm like so proud, like at how like, yeah, it's so good. Like, I'm really, really impressed. I love to see this like shift in you. I'm really, really proud of you. So I think even just letting people know that from 2018 to now, like you've done a full 360.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I definitely kind of want to share more of the things that have helped me, because I felt like before I wanted to, but it's hard to kind of put that out there and teach people when you haven't fully learned certain lessons. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I needed time to grow into it more and practice what I preach. And now I feel like, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jem. I want to see who else. Moni, I think you voted pretty high as well, number 8.
Yeah, and I want to step up and well, more than anything, show myself more. But I'm struggling to find one thing besides dancing. I mean, so of course dance, but then I'm struggling to find another thing, like because I do like fitness, like besides twerking and dancing, like meditation, affirmations. I also want to show something about my tiny house and how it's possible to live in a different way. And yeah, like the whole thing of follow your heart and like listen to yourself. But yeah, I like today, for example, I just this morning I recorded a video, but I want to record it again. That it's about like the importance of letting dreams go, as in so when we are little, like we are asked, what do you want to be? And then most people stick to that for their whole life, even if they change. what they want. So yeah, like I don't know. I really don't know. There are many things that I would like to cover. I am struggling to find one connecting thing.
Daisy mentioned sustainability or self-development, and Jay, if you look at the chat, Jay also said to live more in alignment with your values or live more authentically. Because it seems like because you have so many different things that you want to talk about, isn't that just about being, I guess, authentic? Like living a life that's authentic? Because sometimes when you're a multifaceted person, you can do so many different things. It's just about living authentically to that and not putting yourself in a box.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Soul-based
like that,
living.
Daisy. I like that.
Yeah. What about something around soul-based living?
Become,
That sounds authentic to
yeah,
you. It seems like you live
I
from the
like that.
soul, like you're not trying to be someone else. So maybe you could
Yeah.
align that, like your dance, but then also soul-based living, where showing different things that you do, also like days in the life or get ready with me for something might be nice because
Mm-hmm.
the way that you live is so different. So people might not be used to seeing someone getting ready by I don't know. I saw you cutting logs one time. You were cutting logs, right? For fire, like cutting
Yeah,
wood for fire.
I warm up my house with fire. Yes.
Yeah, like that's really cool. Like talk,
Mhm.
like just like talk to me about a certain topic about sustainability while you're chopping wood. Because I don't see women like chopping wood very often. So I was very like mesmerized. I was like, wow, she's strong. So I think that might be nice. Like think about things like that. Don't try and overthink it. Just do what you do, and then add text or even a voiceover on top.
Yeah.
Thank you, Moni.
Thank
Did I?
you.
You're welcome. Did I miss anyone else's number? 10, 10, 10. Ate, did you vote? Oh, Ate voted 10. Ate, you there with me, my dear? My dear, my dear. Atenary. Atenary. Snoop Dogg's got ya. The dab teller's taking you. Okay. Ate, I'll come back to you. Let me put it in the chat. Ate, whenever you're ready. Okay, beautiful. So what I think would be really nice is to wrap up and really think about how exactly you want to start showcasing this like quote unquote other side of you. Obviously it's always been there, but just think about how you want to showcase this other side of you. Something that I wrote down after I came up with my 2 pillars was I came up with my wellness toolbox. So I thought about my journey and I thought about who I was before I left Google in 2018. I thought about where I am now. So like the person I was before was like very anxious, very like angry, like always cussing people off in the street for no reason, like always getting in arguments, always like fighting over different things. Until the person I am now, who's very like go with the flow, like people are like seem to always be really nice and generous to me just because of the vibe that I give off. And it's like, how did I transfer from that other person to who I am now? And I put together like a toolbox. So I started meditating more. Now I have a morning routine. I journal. I make sure I move every day, and I make sure that I like cool back my energy. So say if I do something that, like, for example, I do a lot of work in the DEI space. So if I talk about a lot of trauma I've gone through in the workplace as a Black woman, I make sure that after I take time to like cool back my energy and my stories and make sure that I'm still kind of like owning who I am rather than just like giving it away for profit, if that makes sense. So I think it'll be really nice for you to all take a moment after this call to think about who you were like before, where you are now, and maybe 3 or 4 things that helped you get to where you are, because that's what people really want to see. Every time Nana posts her journey videos, like that usually go quite viral, of her starting learning how to twerk, learning how to samba like 2, 3 years ago to where she is now. People always ask like how, if I'm correct, is that correct, Nana? People always like ask you how you did it, right? And then you'll post videos like you have to be consistent, you have to do this, I samba anytime, anywhere. And like you have to invest in yourself, you have to go to classes, even if you're tired, you have to be disciplined. People want to know how they can, basically, they want to know how they can become you, pretty much. You have to remember that there's someone in this world who is the old version of you, that wants to be like the current version of you. And it's like, how did you go from here to here? And like really just sharing that. Something else that I wanted to mention before we drop off is around voice. Like our voices are so important. The sound of our voices, the words we have to say. We have so many videos on our page that is just us like twerking and like dancing to like viral sounds, different music. And although that's good, it's a nice balance to have that. I think what's really going to make us stand out is people hearing how like educated we are and hearing about the things that we've been through and the things that even Moni, there was one point when you started twerking that you actually went to Ghana and you were doing some sustainability work there too, but people wouldn't know. So even if it's a video of you dancing, but then there's your voice telling a story about there was one time I went to Ghana and explaining the work that you've done. I think it's just really inspiring for people, and people want to understand that we're real people that we can connect with, not just like amazing dancers. Because I'm not going to lie, sometimes I've seen dancers on like Instagram and I've been so inspired by how amazing they are at dancing. And I've shown up to their classes and they're actually kind of mean. Like they're not like friendly people, especially at a certain dance studio in London. I won't name the name of the dance studio, but it is in South London and it's very popular. And you find that the instructor is mean and the people who go to the classes are also quite mean. So it's just like, we want to show that no, we're actually, even though we're good dancers, we're genuinely nice people and we want our communities to thrive. So I think it's nice if we show that a little bit more and show our mistakes. Nana, literally, especially in London, and you're just like, wow, I thought I was so inspired by you. Now I do not even want to follow you anymore. Like, so I think, yeah, just showing more about who we are. That's why I wanted to have this call, just to share with you what's on my mind and how I'm going to be transitioning my content so that we can all kind of go along that journey together. So our next call, so when you think about that, okay, Daisy has something to say, but I want to quickly say for our next call, for everyone who's watching recorded, it will be us actually going through specific titles of videos that we want to make, and then going through those, and hopefully by the end of the call, you'll have 5 to 10 titles of videos that you can use and will be able to be shared. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Okay, let's go. Daisy, did you want to share this? You wrote it, but go ahead. Use your voice.
Yeah, I had an idea, and I'm not attached to it at all. I just thought, I don't know how much the website is used, Talk After Work website, but with this kind of like bringing in all of our uniqueness and all of our own flavors, we could do like a page where it's like all of the Twerk After Work instructors and like who they are, to like capture an essence of their personality. So like you have a picture and then it's like I've put like pleasure queen or sustainability advocate or empowerment trailblazer or, you know, devoted mama, and all of the parts that make us unique. And then like maybe our links to where our classes are or our pages.
Oh, I like that idea a lot. Oh, and it might even be better on stories and make it a highlight. I like that too, Nana. Because I think our Twerk After Work Instagram page, it definitely gets more hits than the website. So I think that might be nice to have. So maybe if there's just a few questions that everyone answers, like something, and then we can put it as highlight on the page, like instructors join our team. Because I think we have something like that, but I think it's old. And then a link to your classes. I think that might be nice. So we can do both on the website and on highlights. So I have that as an action item to get that done before our next meeting, which is in a month's time. Yeah, does that sound good?
Yeah, exciting.
Thank you, Daisy. That's a really good idea. Did anyone else have anything else that you wanted to say or mention or share before we jump off the call? Any moves you want to show us? Anyone want to shake some ass for us? Anyone want to give a performance? A late night performance, anyone? No, we're good to go? Okay, well, I just wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for being part of the team, those who are on the call and who are off the call watching this recorded. I really, really appreciate your love and your support and your trust in the Twerk After Work brand. So if there's anything else you want to talk to me about, just shoot me a message privately. I am going to stop the recording now. Thanks, everyone watching this recorded. Love you long